guys, welcome back. Today we're working on page 765 and we are on lesson number 10, dividing whole numbers by unit fractions. And in this lesson, we're going to practice actually dividing fractions by whole numbers. So what we need to know is that we can divide a whole number by a unit fraction using models. So that's one way. Your book shows you that right here. A unit fraction is a fraction with a numerator of 1. Okay, so let's look at this because I'm going to show you a different way to do it than your book does. A sports website has score updates every 1/4 hour. How many times does the website have score updates in a 3-hour period? So we are going to divide 3 by 1/4. So before we get into that, so this is what our problem is going to look like today. 3 divided by 1/4. Before we get into that, I just want to do a quick refresher on how we multiply fractions because you're going to see some similarities in how we divide. So you already know that multiplying and dividing are inverse operations. That means they are opposite operations. So we can reverse them, and that helps us to do the other one, and I'm going to explain more what that means in a second. But here's what it looks like when we multiply fractions. So we have 3/4 here times 1/2, and when we multiply fractions, we just go straight across. 3 times 1 is 3, 4 times 2 is 8. So that's all we do, and we get this new product. When we divide fractions, it's a lot like multiplying, but because multiplying and dividing are inverse operations, we have to flip something around. So when we do that with our problem today, it is 3 divided by 1/4. We need to do a couple of things. First, we need to make a 3. We need to make 3 a fraction. So when we do that, we know we just slap it over a 1, right? Because any whole number can be a fraction if we just put it over a 1. So now this looks like this, 3 over 1 divided by 1/4. Okay. Divided. We're actually not ever going to physically divide fractions. What we're going to do is we're going to keep the first fraction the same, change the sign, and flip the second fraction. So 1/4 is actually going to become 4 over 1. And then that's how we divide. So we change the sign to multiplication, and then we flip the second fraction. And this is it. This is what our division looks like. 3 times 4 is 12. 1 times 1 is 1. And we know this is a division problem that says 12 divided by 1, which gives us 12. So the website has 12 score updates in 3 hours. All right, so let's do more practice with this. Lisa takes 4 apple pies to her family reunion. Each pie is cut into 6ths. How many pieces of pie can Lisa serve? Find the unknown. 4 divided by 1/6. Okay, so let's write it out. 4 divided by 1/6. Okay, let's make our changes, right? We need to make 4 a fraction. How do we do that? We slap it over a 1. Our new division problem looks like 4 over 1 divided by 1/6. Now we do our next step. We switch the sign to multiplication, and we flip our fraction. Switch and flip. Switch and flip when we divide. Now we just multiply straight across. 4 times 6 is 24. 1 times 1 is 1. This says 24 divided by 1 gives us 24. All right. Guided practice says find the quotient of 2 divided by 1/3. 2 divided by 1/3. Okay, so we need to make 2 a fraction. How do we do that? Slap it over a 1. rewrite, switch, and flip. Switch the sign, flip the fraction. 2 times 3 is 6, 1 times 1 is 1, 6 divided by 1 is 6. This is what we're working on today. Remember, when we are dividing fractions, we are switching and flipping. You don't flip both, you just flip one. Switch the sign, flip the fraction. Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions.